In other news, in the realm of public opinion, one overarching issue has dominated this year's U.S. presidential race: President Trump himself. A crucial fraction of the millions who watched the first presidential debate on Tuesday in America will have yet to make up their minds. More than three-quarters of likely voters have, according to polls, called this the most important election of their lifetimes, reflecting the strong feelings on either side. Donald Trump will face off against Joe Biden for the presidency. To anticipate the debate, Professor John Stremlau from Wits University's Department of International Relations joins us. Professor Stremlau, very good evening to you. Always good to talk to you. So let's talk about the coronavirus. It's been that one thing that has put Donald Trump under the spotlight. Do you think he'll turn the focus away from him with regards to this?
Well, he may try, but it's very, very difficult because, as your previous piece suggests, the number of deaths in the United States has exceeded 200,000. I think it's 209,000. That's not only large by world standards, but America only comprises 4% of the world's population, unlike India or China, which are much bigger nations. And so I think that the moderator tonight, Chris Wallace from Fox News, will ask about the coronavirus. And I think Joe Biden has a very easy response. Are 200,000 deaths from corona-19 evidence of a job well done? No, I don't think it is at all. And it's shown in the polls that corona has had an impact. But of course, there have been other recent developments on the Supreme Court and on Donald Trump's finances, which will make this for a very interesting hour and a half if anyone wants to watch it down here at 3 a.m. like I plan to do.
Let's talk about that. The death of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg's, the developments you pointed to. President Trump has wasted no time in choosing the successor. He's tapped to Judge Amy Coney Barrett. Will this increase or decrease his support?
It seems from the polling that the majority of Americans think it should be for the next president to make the appointment. And this was, of course, the point that was made during the 1 year that the Republicans blocked Obama's nominee back in 2015-16. So that I think Donald Trump is pushing ahead with this because he wants a 6-3 conservative majority should the election become hamstrung over our complex electoral college vote, and you need a court ruling like you got in 2000. But Amy Coney Barrett is really a contrast to Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and it really is important, I think, for South Africans to remember that when Ruth Bader Ginsburg was asked by the Egyptians, should they look to the U.S. Constitution for inspiration as they were trying to rewrite theirs? And she said, no, look at South Africa's, because Ruth Bader Ginsburg was really an inclusive human rights justice, and Amy Coney Barrett is exactly the opposite, although they both are females. But Amy Coney Barrett really is a protege of the conservative Justice Scalia, for whom she clerked. So it's a very stark contrast.
So let's talk about facts and the wins which the president has claimed. The Affordable Care Act is something that he's used to justify his vision of what he sees as a better American, vilify the Democrats. The coronavirus, has it brought home the value of subsidized healthcare, and in which way has it swayed people?
Well, I think that the Obamacare issue that the court's shifting balance could seriously affect is very much on voters' minds. And I know that Chris Wallace plans to ask about the Health Care Act in his program tonight, so that we'll see how Biden and Trump address this issue. But by and large, it's more the Democrats who are worried about access to health care. Republicans are more affluent, generally speaking, and they seem to rely on their own employers more than they worry about the public mandate. Although some of Biden's supporters may be appalled by his tax revelations of the last week.
Let's look at Joe Biden himself. He's got a mixed record, especially when it comes to abortion rights. How will this affect his popularity, and is it something that you think will come up?
It could come up. Biden, remember, is from Scranton, Pennsylvania. I grew up with guys like Joey Biden, and of a working class family, Catholic family, and I think that he can speak in a very different fashion than Hillary Clinton, unfortunately, could when she was bullied by Donald Trump in the 2016 debates. And I think if Trump tries to bully Biden, he will push back hard, but he can do so, I think, effectively, and that's what is really going to be the test tonight, to see whether Biden is up for managing an hour and a half. Don't forget, both of these gentlemen are quite on in years, in their 70s.
And it's interesting, you talk about his background. He's emphasized that Joe Biden, that is the fact that he's from a working class background, that he doesn't have money, he's not obsessed with the stock exchange as Donald Trump has, who's inherited money, wasted money that could be helping poor Americans. So his characterization of what it comes down to, will it be borne out? Because he's offered to release his tax returns today. He's challenged President Donald Trump to do the same. How likely is that, given the fact that he's always said that he pays his taxes and everything is above board?
Well, Donald Trump's superficial knowledge and his tendency toward fraud and corruption and deception as a reality TV star. It was the Apprentice TV show which saved him from his bankruptcies the last time. And he's been very secretive about his finances until now, with this New York Times revelation. It just shows you again the importance of freedom of the press and the responsible media that can really dig in and then document well the revelations. I often draw parallels, by the way, between Zuma and Jacob Zuma and Donald Trump, brothers of another mother, as Trevor Noah famously said. But also on the more positive side, the characters of Cyril Ramaphosa and Joseph Biden are really quite similar. They're both lawyers. They both have empathy. They both have character. They both have very tough jobs ahead of them, for sure, because they both have inherited, or Biden would inherit if he gets elected, a very difficult economy and a very troubled country and a very divided country. And Cyril Ramaphosa has the same problems, of course, in different ways here within the divisions within our party, the ANC.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us, as always, and sharing your insights. Professor John Stremlau from Wits University's Department of International Relations. My colleague Sherwin Bryce-Pease will be doing the countdown when we speak to him in about 40 minutes or so. So more on that front in just a moment. For now,